It's another journey to the realm of Alt F4. You wouldn't imagine my level of consternation and surprise. My good friend and dare I say business associate Jay, also known as @WolvesInMyDoor, sends me a tweet with blurred merch and says the merch is locked. We were gonna launch it this week. He said it's locked until you beat Alt F4. And I said to myself, you know what? At first I was mad. I said, hey man, this isn't, even though you did all the work, this isn't something you have ownership of. It's my name in many ways. And then I said, you know what? You madman, you mad genius. I said to myself, this is exactly the motivation I need. This is exactly the carrot on a stick that I need to make it through Alt F4. I'm ready. Plus, I'm also like, we gotta beat it before Chibli beats it. That's my other motivating factor right now. Didn't even look at the save. Chibli made a tweet, and his tweet was like, imagine being 41, that's so hilarious. I'm 32 years old, but I took offense to it. So he must pay. I don't even get it. Like, what's the joke? Imagine being old? 41's not even old. Tom Brady's like 44. He's still winning Super Bowls. And kissing his son on the lips. Anyway, sorry. He is, though. I mean, come on. Moving on here. How you doing? No, there was no, like, prelude today. I think we all know how this, the stream's gonna go today. We're gonna, I mean, we may play something else at the end of it, but, you know, in order for me to unlock not only the merch, but also my ability to fit something more open-ended on the docket. Oh, this is gonna suck. like Dark Souls Randomizer, for example, then we're gonna, you know, we need to beat Alt F4. It simply has to be done. Excuse me? Pardon me? Excuse me? On my second night, you dare do something like that to me? How far are you from beating it? I don't know yet. That's the other scary part. Chicken and banana. Sorry. Prawns in a chocolate sauce. Dreadful. Ghastly. Looks like chicken, tastes like shrimp. Oh shit. And sorry. So here's something for you. I got some action items for you. Many people come into chat and they say, why is it skipping? Why is the video skipping? Recently, oh, I'm gonna die here. Yep. Recently, somebody on the subreddit said you should set your stream quality to 1080p instead of source. If you are getting skips, set your stream quality to 1080p instead of source. And as a result, you will eliminate said skips, apparently. Alright, now this is a bop. Okay, this is what I need to get going here. Man, they should turn this into a wipeout course. That'd be freaking sick, man. Can you imagine if you, I guess, like, we'd have to do something about the spikes. Maybe you could just have, like, maybe some pies could, like, hit people in the face, or they could be, like, sprinklers or something. Okay, put it on source instead of auto, then, is what the suggestion was. I don't know. Basically, okay, change your quality setting, and it'll probably work for you. How about that? Well, you want me to hold your thing for you, too? I mean, I guess I did try to give specific feedback and then didn't, so fair enough. Okay, you have to land on this pole. This pole is what triggers the save. You can skip some of them, but you can't skip that one. God, this is a good song. Thank you, I'm very excited to try this fix out. You know, hey, I don't want people having the, you know, sometimes I watch a stream, and, you know, depending on, like, how my ISP connects to Twitch, like, I've never really had big upload problems, but Downstream, sometimes it just is like unwatchable. Like streams will freeze like every 30 seconds or something like that, and I'm like, you know, now I know the fix too, I think. Okay. Man, do you guys, I was on like cloud 9 yesterday. After, like, I always, if I have a good stream, I always watch like the best clip from it. Oh, you son of a gun. I always watch the best clip from it, like, over and over and over again. But yesterday, oh my god, that Fiend Folio, the dodge with Nod Leaf on the Famine fight, I deserve that one. I deserve that one. Sing the Chug Jug song. I only know parts of it. It's like, yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. Get down! Just took out Tomato Town. Oh, my friend got down. I got him up. Now we're on the Loot Town. Something like that. I'd really like to chug jug with you. We could be pro Fortnite gamers. Pro Fortnite gamers. Like that's all I know. Heading southbound. That's it. Yeah. Just took out Tomato Town. It's a bit of a bop. It's why mess with it? Like, we were perfect on this section. You can take me to Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake. I'd really like to chug jug with you. You're not wrong. The original song is a bop too. He jumped. Why would you jump there? There are some songs that are essentially like parody proof. Like, there's some songs where like any parody version is almost as good as the original just because the original's also good. Like, Gangster's Paradise is a great example. Amish Paradise, you know, it's fine. I'm not offended by it. Either as somebody who likes to listen to music or as somebody who's obviously deeply into the Amish religion. But, you know, it's a little cheesy, as all Weird Al Yankovic parodies are. But the hooks on the original Gangster's Paradise are so good that it's still like, I would listen to either. Like, it's one of those things. Is like if I went to a jukebox and they were like, I was like, hey, can I have some Gangster's Paradise? And they were like, oh, sorry, we only serve Amish Paradise here. I'd be like, of course, that's fine. Yeah, you don't even have to ask. It's like a Coke Pepsi thing. What about Party in the CIA? I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Not like a Coke Pepsi thing? I don't know. Here's the thing. I think you're a freaking sicko. And I don't even mean it in a bad way, but I think you're a freaking sicko if you're like, I like Coke but not Pepsi. I'm not saying there's no difference. I think if I had to guess, I would say that if you gave it to me back to back, Pepsi's a little sweeter. Almost so sweet as, like, if you drank a lot of it, it's almost a little cloying, perhaps. And Coke has a little vanilla kind of flavor to it, I guess. So either one, like, I think that I prefer Coke. Survive. Hold the line. Okay, we didn't get the save, but that's fine. Yeah, and you know what? Like, Coke versus Pepsi, in my brain, they're very close, right? Diet Coke versus Diet Pepsi, I'm like, oh, come on, man. Diet Pepsi can't even hold a handle or a candle to Diet Coke. Something like the silver can just tastes better. He's done it. Hold a handle. Both of those are god-awful. I will say there's almost nothing worse than, like, a hot Diet Coke. I know you're like, how does that happen? Well, like, sometimes... Bro. Sometimes you, like, order from a restaurant, like, on Uber Eats or something. You get a Diet Coke, and clearly they didn't have it in the fridge. They just give you, like, a a Diet Coke they had in like a box in their kitchen, and then you're like, ugh. Just it tastes like hot TV static. We can make this one. Because old people drink Diet Coke, they keep it in their garage. That is true. I haven't had a garage in a long time. I would love to keep sodas out there, Gatorades, etc., etc. Convenient place to put your bicycles. There we go. What's the lore behind this game? Don't die. Don't die is the lore. Okay, okay. The only good drinkable TV static is McDonald's Sprite. I'm telling you, I know I've said this before. I haven't had a Sprite in minimum 1 decade. Like, it's been forever. But McDonald's Sprite is actually medicine. Like, it's actually, like, good. It's like human quality Drano. Like, I just feel like it clears your pipes out. Like, I feel like you gotta clean your through line from your mouth to your anus after you drink a large McDonald's Sprite. Like, all the gunk gets off the walls. Seven Up is better than Sprite. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a long time since I had a Sprite, as mentioned. I don't think I've had a 7-Up since 1999, when they had Boss Nass on the cover, or on the can. When they had Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace novelty cans. That was the last time that I had a 7-Up. Let's go. What about various Fantas? I think I might have had an orange Fanta in Korea. It's kind of like, it's popular there. I don't really recall, though. How you feeling about Dr. Pepper? I've always been a Dr. Pepper fan. When I was a kid and we would go to the combination KFC Taco Bell, I always made swamp water, which is when you mix all the sodas together. I think it's why I was attracted to, like, lab work in the first place, is because it's a lot like being at the soda fountain. Mixing beats. Dr. Pepper was always the dominant flavor in my swamp water. It was always like, you know, 40% Dr. Pepper, 20% root beer, 10% everything else. Something, I don't know, I just like Dr. Pepper. I don't even know what flavor it is. Like, it just tastes like itself, right? Let's go. Okay, we have not been good at this section. Oh, we just tanked it. Okay, double save. This is blessed. Careful. Just one, please? Just one. Okay. You're not gonna win today, Jay. You're not gonna win today. Spicy Coke. Yeah, I like root beer, but there really is, like, there's a huge difference in root beer. Like, there's so many craft root beers that come in a glass bottle. They're delicious. And then, like, if you have to get a fountain root beer, I think Barks is, like, pretty okay. Dad's root beer is pretty okay. Mug root beer is like drinking pancake syrup. Like, I don't even know why they still make mug root beer. It's the worst part of... I think they only... It's like they made a surplus back in, like, 1975, and now they're just trying to get it out there by, like, putting it in those, like, variety packs. You know, you're like, oh, man. Orange Crush, let's go. Ginger Ale, let's go. 7-Up, let's go. 6 cans of mug root beer? Oh, jeez Louise, man. I guess we could, like, donate it to the food bank or something. Okay, here you go. Here you go. This is the run. We've got some purchase. Yeah, oh. I think A&W root beer is like pretty good. I like A&W in general. I know I've said it many times, but A&W in Canada is one of the top few fast food chains for sure. I have to respect A&W for a couple of things. One is, not that many like legitimate fast food restaurants serve onion rings in today's day and age. Other thing I'm going to praise them for, frosted mugs for the root beer if you dine in. Pre-COVID at least. I'm sure now they're like, get out of the store. But that's like it's just a nice touch, right? And then the other thing is, when you get a real breakfast at A&W, they serve you a real egg. Which is not really my scene to begin with, as you know. I'm more of a hash brown guy, but they do like a real fried egg instead of like a weird, you know, scrambled egg powder mix sort of deal. You gotta respect it. So I feel like fast food is so weird, right? Like in the 1950s, fast food was like, you would like go to McDonald's and be like proud. You'd be like, this is Western ingenuity at its finest. And it was almost like a classy place you could go for like dinner with your family. And now like fast food places have fallen so far that it's like, you can't even admit to anybody that you've been there. A&W is trying to, you know, bring back a little bit of refinement. They're like, you're a good human being. You're worth it. If you dine in, for breakfast, they will serve you on a ceramic plate like you're a real human being. They don't just give you all your food like loose in a bag and go like, you know, just eat it in your car. You freak. At least in Canada, A&W feels like it has some respect for the decorum of fast food. Yeah, you just throw a little paper bag full of fried potato sticks at you. Here you go, you frickin' rat. Eat up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Gaming! You see that? We got one confirmed kill. Yeah, even when I was a kid, I guess it depends too. Like, I have to say, like, I think if you maybe live in the suburbs or something and you go to McDonald's, it's probably like a bit of a different vibe than, you know, if you're going to one of the McDonald's in downtown Vancouver or something like that. I mean, anytime you're there, you're basically like, you know, is it worth thinking that I might get assaulted in order to get some deep fried chicken nuggets? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. No! Tuna! Oh my... Okay, no. We can do this. We can do this. There you go. Just take it slow. Take it slow. He's insane. He's gaming. He's cracked. The insane gaming dad has logged on. Oh, Jay, I hope you got the merch ready. I hope you got the merch ready, brother. I'm here because my merch is being held hostage. We're 20 minutes in, we already made it to dancing baby. I can't fight this feeling. We haven't made it much past this. So this is new territory for me. There you go. Quick little hill skip. Yeah, the first time we were here, there were no platforms. We found out that it's because we sequence broke by using the fish. There's triggers throughout the levels, I guess, that they trigger like the save balloons or like the spawning in of other objects. I mean, this is a game where you can see the code. There's clearly code that's like, you know, if your character collider touches like the hitbox of this object, then spawn in the next obstacles. So you gotta know which ones they are. Okay, you. If you think you're gonna take fall damage, just hit Reg Doll and you'll be fine. Really? I will say I was... Well, that was correct, yeah, I think. I do appear to be underestimating the power of the Reg doll. Anybody else getting this Taco Cabana ad that says Poggers at the end? That's pretty sick. That's how slang goes, right? Like the slang life cycle is always like teenagers, adults who wish they were teenagers, and then brands, and that's where it goes to die. There we go. I will say though, for all of my cynicism surrounding it, the Anthony Kong fan DoorDash ad is actually is sick. I lived. It's just like a, you know, I don't want to say it's a cool ad, but it's like it's well shot. Let's put it that way. Reg doll. Reg doll, baby. Reg doll. Please, please. Yeah, it's not like other ads. It's a cool ad. Reg doll. Okay, my Reg doll did not work there. I pressed the Reg doll button. I'm telling you, I pressed the button. I'm not fully convinced of the power of Reg doll anymore. I think I've been lied to, or slightly misled. Volume slightly down, please. Oh no, I'm happy to help. On your Dell computer speakers, there's a little knob on the front of them, and you're gonna want to turn that counterclockwise, and that should sort you right out. Okay, okay. Here we go. We've made it. No, not ready. Not ready. Ready. Not ready. Not ready. Does this game have the greatest soundtrack of all time? It's either this or Marvel vs. Capcom 2, in my opinion. Uh-oh, 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 goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Gonna take you for a ride. I don't even know any of the other words at all. But Lancelot did have a great soundtrack as well. Who is your MVC2 team? I was not good at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I did buy it when it came to the Xbox 360. I played as, I believe I was Cable, Spider-Man, and Metal Claw Wolverine. I like the characters who shoot a beam, and also I like Spider-Man because he's Spider-Man, and Wolverine. Just something like deep in my brain. The yellow and blue Wolverine outfit just unlocks good memories of watching the X-Men cartoon before school. Yeah, he's Canadian, exactly. There we go. There we go. Berserker Barrage. I don't know, man. I just pressed the triggers, as much as possible. Cable comes in and, shoots you with a gun. It's pretty powerful. Oh, the 90s X-Men music. Great song. Sorry. I want the save. I want my board. I want my board. Great song, great song. I can barely think while this soundtrack plays. Unlock your brain. This is how you unlock. I don't want to be here anymore. This is how you unlock your brain. I think this was also a bit of a late jump, but you know what? Mission accomplished. I'm trying to study? Study for what? Is distance learning. How hard could the exam be? Like, just Google it, right? Actually, that's an honest question. I don't know how does that work for distance learning? Like, is every exam like an open book exam, or do you have like one of those cursed teachers that like uses the Sony eye tracker to make sure you're not glancing away from the screen for more than 0.2 nanoseconds at a time? I saw there was like the concerns about distance learning and exams and stuff like that. Like one person, their teacher failed them on an exam because they wouldn't turn their camera around 360 to verify that there wasn't somebody else in their room helping them. Yeah, like I'd say that's probably a sign that maybe the system needs to be reworked a little bit. It's just crazy, man. Like, what's next? You gotta like scan my brain, make sure I didn't learn how to do answers the wrong way or something. Like, why wouldn't they do it though? It's, you know, I don't think that's a valid request. That's my take. Here's my take on this subject. I don't think you can do this for every subject, probably, but just make every exam that's possible to be open book. Make it open book. Son of a. Open book to begin with is like, is how most exams should be, in my opinion, because it's the closest approximation of what real life is like to begin with. Maybe, like, here's some cases I could see for a closed book exam. You're a firefighter. You know, you don't really, I suppose, want to go to somebody's house and be like, hold on, let me Google how to handle, like, this smoke. Or you work in the emergency room as a trauma surgeon or nurse. I would say those are viable. Pretty much everything else, I'm like, you could just make it more open book, you know? Like that's, because open, and that's the thing, it's not making it easier. Like open book exams tend to be harder. But they also test, instead of, and I'm saying this, I'm a traitor to myself. I'm very good at memorization, but you know, quite an impractical guy to begin with, you know? So I think I did disproportionately well on exams that were like memorization focused. There we go. Close your eyes, please. But I feel like, you know, examinations, if possible, should be more open book because it actually tests your practical skills and applications instead of just like, you know, what year did the Battle of Waterloo take place. Programming changed a lot of my, it changed a lot of my educational philosophies, man. Especially when I had like bad programming teachers that were like, hey, write code in pen and paper by hand on the exam. Or alternatively, you know, the multiple choice questions. Like I had a C++ course where the first half of the exam was multiple choice questions. And the question is like, in what year did Bjarne Schaarstrup invent C++? And you're like, hey, professor, who cares? This literally, like, you think they're gonna ask? Isn't the whole point of this like to get people prepared for like job interviews and stuff like that? Like, if you walked into an interview and they were like, "Oh, and what year was C++ invented?" You would be like, you know, shut up. How about that, Reginald? Anyway. Yeah, and then it was always stupid because it was like, well, the exam is like, you know, it's 20 multiple choice questions worth 5% of your grade, and then one programming exercise. Sorry, I'm getting impatient here. This is impatience. You know, you're not. I understand why they would. You know, in that case, if you're gonna give like a closed book like math exam, they shouldn't let you use a calculator either, in my opinion, because you might not have access to a calculator. You know. So, you know, why don't you just do like 6.13 to the power of 1.6 Just do it in your head, or like on a piece of paper. Okay, there you go. I'm just saying, I mean, if I'm just gonna go ahead and say you're a cop. If you're like, oh, they should have moved their camera around 360 degrees, you're a cop. It's biology 200. You think I called over like Richard Dawkins to sit behind me and answer like, you know, what the largest part of a cell is by volume? Yo, Mertzy, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Come on, you gotta show a 360 degree panorama of your room. It's a little much, don't you think? I've used Lockdown browser before. I think it was for, no, that was for my Java exam. I thought it was the same teacher with the C++ exam. I love how the timer runs at 61 seconds per minute. I did not see that, honestly. Can we make this? Just air strafe, dummy. Forehead. Oh. And Helt Sim, thank you as well. Or Hel TSI me, maybe? Gotta be higher on that one. Let's go! Okay. Opinion on homework? You don't want to know. I talk about it in tomorrow's Isaac episode. I'll sum it up for you. My thoughts on homework. Korean schools should give their kids less homework, and some North American schools should give their kids more. But here's, can I tell you, and I'm deliberately trying to avoid being like taken as bad faith out of context. I don't necessarily think that there should be more homework, but I just think like, so I was not like the smartest kid in Earth's history. This one, they didn't spawn in the things that you need, so we're just gonna wing it. Pun intended. But like I was a bright kid, you know, when I was in like first grade, second grade. I finished my work faster than most people in class, and I always wanted more. You know, I loved school. I still love school, for that matter. I like learning. And I don't have like the same major problems with the education system that a lot of people have, although I do have some feedback for sure. But like, I don't know if anybody else is in the same boat, but I think the more I look back on like my public school education, the more I realize that there were like a few years where I was like really enthusiastic about school. And then eventually you just realize like you're annoying the teachers. And you go, okay, so I finished like my worksheet, and they're like, okay, here's the exact same worksheet, just do it again, but faster. And then, you know, so you do it again, but faster, and then they're like, okay, here's a word search. Like, there's no scaffolding in place for the kinds of kids who are like really eager to learn. You don't get you don't get that fulfillment, and as a result, you feel like you're not really challenged. If you're not challenged, you're not interested anymore. And then I think this is what kind of breeds this culture of like, you know, by the time kids like that get to like, you know, 7th grade, 8th grade, they're like, well, I'm just gonna like skate by on the bare minimum because my bare minimum is actually pretty good, and spend the rest of my time playing like World of Warcraft, you know? Like that, especially like as I've become more of a, like as a parent, I've been thinking about that as well if we end up in the situation again. But like, I think, I don't necessarily think that broadly there should be like more work for kids, but I definitely think there should be like, I don't know, maybe it exists depending on the school that you went to, or maybe it exists depending on like the, you know, in this current time, but it didn't really when I was in school, but like a way to kind of keep kids challenged, because it's that challenge that keeps it interesting instead of just, you know, just giving them busy work. Like, I feel bad for the teachers as well. You know, I'm sure they're like, hey, like, please? I don't even care about the save. Son of a, I care about the save. Like, the teacher is probably like, hey, like, congratulations, you finished your multiplication worksheet. I'm trying to get Johnny to actually, like, finally remember what, like, 3 times 3 is, you know? Otherwise, his parents gonna be, like, calling me pissed off that, you know, their kid hasn't learned anything. So, Like, I definitely get it, like on both sides, but I feel like, if you're fast in school at an early age, you kind of end up, you know, I was gonna say being screwed, but actually you have, in my experience at least, a great time in school, because you're like, this is easy. But it also, in my opinion, can create some habits that are not, you know, so good. Regdoll? Here you go. Here you go. Let me up. Regdoll? Regdoll? I'm not dead. Like, yeah, that's the thing, is like, I became a real procrastinator. Well, like, I think, and I don't blame the system for this, you know, I think there's definitely a level of, like, personal responsibility. There we go. But, like, especially in, like, early high school, I was like, why would I do any work when I could do no work and get, like, B's or A minuses? You know, why would I add, like, triple to my workload just to get, like, an A or an A plus when I could just kind of, I don't know, skate by and do pretty well regardless? So freaking close!